start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad bitches here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sense.
What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Air Jordan 40 in the Chicago colorway. So without further ado, let's take a look at this new colorway from Jordan Brand. Alright, so this is the newest colorway for the Air Jordan 40s, and they're pretty much sold out online and in store. I was randomly in the mall on Saturday. I kind of forgot the shoe even released, and then I went to Foot Locker and I saw them and I'm like, oh boy, I did want these, but I totally forgot that they released. When I asked for my size, they only had a size 8.5 left. I went over to the Nike store just to pop in, and they actually had these on the wall and they had my size 11. So I was happy to pick these up because I love the way that these look. The performance is elite. But as always, starting with the traction on the Air Jordan 40, you are getting this multi-directional traction pattern. The red portion is solid rubber. This portion here through the middle is translucent, and then you have another solid black portion at the back. How these perform on court is elite. They're very squeaky. They have a hard bite. You do have to wipe every so often because of the translucent portion, but overall this is a very elite traction pattern on the Air Jordan 40. One of the best this year. I really enjoy playing with these on court. So for me, the traction definitely gets a 2 thumbs up. Now, as far as the cushioning goes with this shoe, it's crazy. I know some people don't care for it. I love it. Obviously, last year with the 39s, the midsole was just too soft. So the Zoom X and Zoom Air combo really collapsed a lot on hard lateral cuts, and I found it to be very tippy from side to side, and they fixed that with the Air Jordan 40s. This rubberized midsole is a lot more firm on both sides, which is great because it is more supportive on hard lateral cuts. But housed within this drop-in midsole directly under your insole is a full-length Zoom Strobel setup, and then the rest of the foam under that is full-length Zoom X. It's hard to explain. It does take some time to break in, but once these break in, like, these are absolutely elite and one of my favorite cushioning systems of all time. Like, the more I've played in my original colorway, the more I love them, and I'm sure these will be no different. They're just a little bit different as far as the design goes, but the overall cushioning setup with the Zoom Strobel and Zoom X under that is elite. You get a ton of impact protection. It's very bouncy underfoot. The forefoot is pretty close to the floor, nothing crazy like the LeBron 23s or the Kobe system, but I think it's adequate for most play styles. It's just a very elite cushioning setup. It is a little bit clunky at the back because of this plastic plate right here, but overall I really enjoy the setup. And with these underfoot, honestly, it just feels like pillows under your foot and very springy. And I enjoy that within a basketball shoe because being in my mid to late 30s, I definitely need that, and you definitely get that in the Air Jordan 40. 2 thumbs up as far as the cushioning goes. It's very elite underfoot. As far as the fit goes in the Air Jordan 40s, now for me, I had to go up half a size. There's no way I could wear my true to size 10.5. I've tried them on. I wore them around the house for a couple hours. Like, they were beyond snug. My toe was literally smashing through the end of the shoe, and that's because there's this inner booty that is basically the tongue, and it goes underneath the toe box, and it's one piece, and it just kind of provides this really snug fit. So even going up half a size to a size 11, my toe is right at the end of the shoe right here. It's a glove-like fit with this shoe. You get a ton of padding at the back of the shoe right here. The tongue is nicely padded. It is gusseted as well. You just kind of have this whole inner booty system with the tongue and at the back of the shoe. So for me, I went up half a size, but if you haven't tried these on yet, I would highly recommend either ordering your true to size and up half a size, or just going in store to try these on because they're a little bit tricky as far as the fit goes. But once these break in, because they do take some time to break in because of the raw materials, the fit becomes very customized to your foot shape and size, and that's what I really love about this shoe. Now, as far as the materials go, you are getting some very premium materials. Now, keep in mind, this shoe does retail for the price point of $205 USD, $260 here in Canada, so they are very steep. But compared to a lot of other models between that $180 and $200 price point, these are premium. Now on the side panel, you are getting a very nice leather material, as you can see right here. The same goes for the toe box. A very premium leather quality, and then right around the eye stay, wrapping up around the back of the shoe, it is a nubuck, very short-haired nubuck material, and here at the ankle collar where it does say Air Jordan. So a very nice material wrapped around the shoe, but keep in mind, these are not breathable at all. The only vent you're really getting breathability from, which is inspired by the Air Jordan 18, the flaps on the side is this portion right here, and then there's like this little vented portion with leather on the inside. But these are very hot on foot while you play in them. Like I played in these like over 30 hours in my other colorway, and they are hot boxes on foot. But once they break in, because they become very customized to your foot, and I love that with the 40s. It's just a great fitting basketball shoe if you can get past the weight and the lack of breathability. As far as the weight goes for the shoe, I do believe these are pretty heavy. Size 11 comes in at 16.6 ounces, so nothing crazy, but definitely heavier than most shoes in size 10.5 or 11. But overall, once you have these on foot, it's really a non-issue. Another place that this shoe absolutely shines is the support. So at the back of the shoe, you have an internal TPU heel counter and this external plate right here. Moving your way down from that, you have that rubberized midsole, which really does a great job of kind of housing your foot in on hard lateral cuts. The eyelets right here do run down into the strobel board down around your foot, so they kind of act like seat belts when you do crank those laces. You also have this outrigger right here, which is like a flange and prevents your foot from teetering over. You have a pretty wide and stable base. There is no shank plate, but because of that big slab of Zoom X and Zoom Air, really no issue as far as the underfoot support. You also have this rubberized portion right here by your pinky toe, which also adds a little more stability on those hard cuts. So overall, this is a very supportive basketball shoe. One of the best features of this shoe, bar none, is the support. Like I said, I played over 30 hours in the launch colorway, and really no issues with kind of sliding over the footbed or even landing awkwardly. These are very nice on foot as far as the support goes. The brand has definitely nailed it with the Air Jordan 40. And then as far as the design goes, this being the Chicago colorway, they do have some differences compared to the other colorways. Most notably is this swoosh on the side of the shoe. A lot of people kind of think that that's what the shoe is missing, but obviously you guys have seen the Jordan 16s, the 20s. What else are we getting? The 28s, the 23s. We're getting a bunch of models from the brand that are going to have kind of the retro or old school models look on the upper, but the tech of the 40s internally. So those shoes are going to be $250 USD compared to the $205 price tag on these. But with this model, it is a Chicago inspired colorway. You do have the Air Jordan at the back. You have the swoosh right here. You also have that wings logo on the nubuck material, and then the tongue is inspired by an Air Jordan 1 with the Nike Air at the top. You do have that yellow foam behind the tongue as well, which is pretty cool, and the patch at the back of the tongue inspired by the Air Jordan 1. The laces are still 3M, which is a nice touch, but overall I really like this colorway. I think it's the best one so far, and I'm usually not a huge fan of white colorways, but I think this one is just elegant, it's gorgeous, and the model does perform very elite. Like I said, if you can get past the lack of breathability, and with it being a little bit more heavy compared to other shoes on the market today. Obviously the price point as well. These are very steep at $205, but people seem to be loving the Air Jordan 40s because a couple colorways have more or less sold out so far, and these ones flew on launch day. But that's going to do it for today's video on the Air Jordan 40 in the Chicago colorway. Sound off in the comments what you guys think of this shoe, and what do you think of the kind of mashups of the old shoes that will be put on the 40 canvas. I think it's really cool. I really love the 28s with the black shroud zipper and the green internals. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of those and this colorway right here. I've really been enjoying playing in my other pair of 40s, so for me it was a no-brainer considering that these had flown off the shelves on release date, and I did want them. I just totally forgot they were releasing. But like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would definitely help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.